Alrighty, we are officially live, and today we are going to be, we're going to be discussing three different topics. The first one is going to be 3 ways that I have personally made $100,000 plus from YouTube without going viral. And Scotty now is part of one of them because we did it here on this channel. And so we'll share that with you. And then I'm also going to be sharing the 100K YouTube lesson that I learned 17 years ago and is still true today. Yes, that's right. 17 years. That was when I uploaded my first YouTube video. So you youngins out there that are watching right now, I was probably publishing videos, well, like Scotty before he was even born. So yeah, so there's that. And then the other one I'm going to be sharing with, and this is going to be a fun one, is how I turned my wife's passion into $100,000 plus from YouTube. So you guys can kind of see the theme here today. We're talking more about the 100K as far as how to get there, 6 figures. And I'm curious right now, let us know in the comments, is that one of your goals? Are you wanting to use YouTube to help you hit $100,000 a year in your business? Or maybe you're starting something new? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to know.
Hey, real quick, before you dive too deep in, I am going to say you're pretty choppy.
Choppy today, huh?
And it's not just on my end. I'm watching it on our actual live.
Interesting.
So just letting you know on that. You might need to reset it and come back in.
All right. Let me, I'm going to take it off Wi-Fi and then I'm going to bring it back and see what we got here.
Yeah.
Because I was hardwired, but let's go ahead and give it a shot on the old fiber.
Yeah, while you're figuring that out, Leslie says, yes, 100K is just fine with me. Yeah, I think for a lot of people, that is exactly a good amount. You said he's good, so you're not seeing on yours. That's interesting. Maybe he fixed it.
Bring me back.
Yep.
There we are. I mean, I just switched it over to Wi-Fi, but I don't know.
On mine, it looks like you're good for a minute. Actually, you look better quality now. You didn't look like that before.
All right.
I'm looking at the live stream, and you're looking good on that. Yeah, it's not choppy anymore.
All right. Maybe I was just coming in.
It was like bad, and the only reason I'm stopping you is because if you guys don't know what we're doing today, we're doing like 3 topics, and then we're gonna have those as separate videos. I was editing one of those videos I took from your last one, and you had some choppiness in there as well.
But did you?
I took the local recording. I did,
because I looked at those, and those were clean.
I took the local recording.
But the front end was bad.
Yeah, front end was bad. So I don't know why that's doing it, but on my stream it shows me, and I'm not talking about our StreamYard. I'm talking about like the YouTube. So
am I still choppy over there?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. Well, regardless, we're going to be rocking it and rolling here. So, all right, cool. So, also let us know. We always like to know this. Is this your first time joining us on a live stream? We always like to know that as well. And also, I would ask you guys this question real quick. Do you know what we're also doing here today? Do you know what this Monday is? Do you know what every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern time is? I'm curious. Do we have anybody here that knows what today or every Monday is for us over here at Live Video School? Just curious. Let us know. All right, Scotty, I'm going to dig in. I know you're a busy guy. You just you're moving to another location. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to knock this out of the park. And then we are going to get rocking and rolling. All right, cool. So let's do it. So, okay. And this first topic, like I said, that we're going to be talking about are 3 ways that I have personally made $100,000 plus from YouTube without going viral. And I'm going to highlight that because Scotty and I talk about that now, especially because everyone's trying to go viral. Everybody thinks you need a ton of views in order to make any kind of money. And a lot of times the reason is because you're just going after AdSense money. Fun fact, when I first started 17 years ago, there was no AdSense. So the 3 that I'm going to be sharing with you today are still working. They're ones that I'm still using today, and I used well, let's see, all of them. Yeah, 17 years ago, all of these. So I'm going to share them with you. And what I want you to do is I want you to think to yourself as we're going through this, and maybe even drop it in the comments. Let us know, are you currently making money through these 3 ways? All right. Also, before we get rocking and rolling here, I did want to give you the roadmap that I'm going to be following here because, well, after doing this 17 plus years, we put it into a guide called our 100K roadmap. And if you would like a copy of that, all you got to do is just drop 100K in the comments and we'll send it to you. And depending on when you're watching this, it might be in the description. So if you're here live or if you're here and it isn't in the description yet, just put 100K in the comments and we'll go ahead and we'll send you a copy of that. All right. So let's get into it. I'm going to give you examples, real examples too, on how these 3 ways turned into $100,000. So the very first way is affiliate sales. All right. And affiliate sales, if you don't know what that means, it means that you are talking about a company that offers some people call it a partnership agreement. They call it, referrals. It's affiliate sales, meaning you're recommending a product and that company has an affiliate commission attached to it. Let me know in the comments if you understand what that is, and maybe you've already started to use affiliate marketing. But I'm going to share with you 2 examples. One of them earned $900,000. That's right, $900,000. And another example is $125,000. There's other ones that I have had that have been, I don't know, $50,000. $70,000. I'm not going to go into all of those details. Maybe in the future I will, but they still follow the principle. And I think if you are creating YouTube videos and all you're doing is going after AdSense money, or maybe Amazon affiliate money, like a lot of people are, let me know in the comments if you're promoting affiliate products through Amazon. I think that's a great place to start. But there's no real substantial money there unless you're selling something high ticket, because the affiliate commission, the way that it works, is usually off a percentage. And what I always like to look for are programs that have recurring revenue. All right. Recurring revenue, meaning someone signs up for a service or some type of product and you keep getting paid for it. All right. On a regular basis, as long as they continue to be subscribed to that. And I'm going to give you some examples here.
Yeah. Can I add just one real quick thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you go into your examples, and it's just for anyone, whatever niche you're in or whatever kind of content you're making, because I know a big question is going to be, where do I find these affiliates? How do I become part of them? Right. So, and you're going to explain some of them right now, but for you, the first thing is, what's something you use every day for whatever it is you're talking about? If you're talking about gardening and you use these certain boxes, you have a product right there that's from Amazon that you could use. If you're for us, it's a tool, right? So sometimes there's certain tools we use StreamYard, like we're using right now to go through this. So if it's something that we align with, that we also use, now we have a reason to promote it. It's not just something random. So it's in our niche, we promote. And all right, how do you find them? You just look them up if they have an affiliate program. Almost any tool, online, product, any of that any business will probably have an affiliate portion. And if they don't, on their website, if they don't even have that, which they 90% do, if they don't, then you just reach out, email, hey, really love your product. I do videos on this, boom, boom, boom. I would love to, promote this. Do you have any sort of affiliate commission or anything like that? And you're going to get people that reach out and be like, yeah, we'll do whatever. I mean, you're going to go into some examples right here, but you're going to see as long as it aligns with your content, right, there is a million different affiliates you could be a part of.
Yeah. And so, I mean, here's a perfect example. So startgoinglive.com, if you go to startgoinglive.com or you go to the description, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about, because that is a link that will take you to StreamYard. And if you sign up for StreamYard, even a free account, and then you sign up for a paid account, we would get tracked as you came from our link. So that's how it works. Now you might be saying, but wait a minute, Scott, startgoinglive.com, how did you get that? How did you get that, that domain name? How did you do that? I bought the domain name, right? So Scotty and I, we have that domain name. We forward it to StreamYard. And if you sign up even for the trial for StreamYard, we are tracked that we sent you there. So we're going to get credit for that sale if you choose to upgrade. Okay. That's how it works. So startgoinglive.com, great example of that, just to show you. We have another one too, startemailing.com. Startemailing.com, that's for Kajabi. I believe it's for Kajabi. Is it either Kajabi or ConvertKit? It was the one, whatever one we were using at the time. I'm pretty sure.
I'll let you know right now.
It might be Kit still, but that there, I mean, both of them we've used, both of them we like. So anyway, startemailing.com, that will direct you there. We bought that domain.
Kajabi.
Okay. So that's going to Kajabi. All right. And so again, if you sign up for a free trial, we'll get credit, and they usually give you a duration. Usually it's 60 days. Sometimes it's shorter, 30 days, but most of the time it's 60 days. Sometimes it's 90 days. And then they place a cookie where you're tracked that's who that referral came from, which is really sweet because we can get behind a product that we really, really like and talk about it a bunch. And then we can get recurring. So if you sign up for a subscription, then you're going to be able to get that residual income. So I'm going to share with you, again, we're totally transparent here with you guys. So I hope that you see that and you see that we're trying to give you like as much as we can. So that way there you understand there's no shenanigans. There's no, like, we're trying to hide anything. So the first one that, I mean, I've done a lot of affiliate stuff, but the one that really, really did well for me was probably around 10 years ago now. And it was called Jungle Scout. So Jungle Scout is a tool that Amazon sellers can use, and I've used, that basically would allow us to see products that we're selling on the Amazon platform. And that's how it started. It was a plugin, and then it turned into its own product, and all of that stuff. Doesn't matter. So I was referring people to that because I was using it and I enjoyed it. I still used it every day, that I was in the Amazon world. And that did over $900,000 over the course of probably 6 years, I would say. Okay. It's pretty good, right? Just for telling people a tool that I use and that I thought was useful. Okay. Now there's another one. And there, like I said, there was other ones too. There's Sales Backer. I promoted that for years for Amazon. I'm still getting checks. I'm getting about a $300 check every single month from that. I haven't promoted that in over 6 years, but I was getting checks for like $6-7 grand on that per month. So they all add up. And then Everbee is another tool that I was promoting, and I've stopped publishing on e-commerce stuff, but I'm still getting checks from these companies from stuff I did on YouTube years ago. And Everbee, I just looked today because I wanted to know the exact number. It's $125,000. Okay. So not too bad. And guess what? I didn't have to do anything other than just say, this is what I'm using. Here's some examples on how to use it. And I would do a video highlighting it, but it's a tool that I used. Okay. And if I was going to do more Etsy stuff right now, I would use that tool. If I was going to do Amazon stuff, I would use the Jungle Scout tool, right? So these are the one thing I want to be really clear on is like, whatever you're going to promote, you don't just want to promote it because it has a good dollar amount to it. You want it to have something, or you want to promote something that you genuinely believe in and that you use and that you've had a good experience with, because the audience is trusting your word. And the minute that you don't, live up to the promise, makes you look bad. So that's why I'm very skeptical on who we promote. Now for this live video school, StreamYard is probably, I would say, the one that we're most talking about when we're talking about something. There's not really any other tools right now that we're using all the time that we feel like, oh, we got to share this. I would say Kajabi, because that's about building your email list, building out courses, building out your coaching business. Like Kajabi would be the one. We have a link in the description if you're interested, but that's how we do all of our email marketing and all of that stuff. So that's the affiliate side. It's probably the easiest way to get started. So if you are on YouTube and you are pushing videos, try to find some products that you're using that you're paying for, and then go, do they have an affiliate product for this? Because I'm obviously using it. I enjoy it. Let's say, for example, you're a nutritionist. There's all these boxed food things right now. Like there's Forkful. There's, what's the other one? I just got it from my father because he just
Factor.
yeah, Factor. That was the other one. My father, I just got a subscription for him for a month. So that way there, he doesn't have to cook because he had knee surgery, right? That's a subscription though. So if I want to keep going, it's like 130 bucks. So I think it's like 130 bucks a week, you know, and then you would get a portion of that every single week because now I don't know if that's their affiliate their promotion, but that's how it works usually with recurring. So there's probably something that you're using that's a tool or a resource that you probably, even if it's just a one-off sale, there's nothing wrong with that either. Okay. So that's that. That's the one way that I've been able to do over $100,000 per year. And that's with affiliate sales. The second way is courses and memberships. All right. Courses and memberships. Now I'm going to go all the way back 17 years ago. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this here in my next segment, which is the 100K YouTube lesson I learned 17 years ago and is still true today. So stay tuned for that. But 17 years ago, I published my first video on YouTube, started building an audience, and then I went on to launch a course, a digital course. And that course went on to do hundreds of thousands of dollars. It was my first $100,000 I ever made online, by the way. And it was all because of a digital product. Okay. Course was what it was. Then I went on to launch a membership site on the back of that and did another $100,000. So really that's like one way, but it's really two because it's courses and memberships. All right. So that was that. Now courses, a lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, it's going to be this long, big thing. You can start off with courses and just do like a workshop. We do a lot of times like these little micro workshops where it's just like one day, couple hours, and you can charge 30 bucks. You can charge 100 bucks. You can charge 200 bucks, depending on your market. And it's a great way to validate an offer, but also a great way to just start bringing in some cash flow. And you might be saying, well, I don't know that I really have anything that's course worthy. I'm pretty sure that there is. All right. I met a guy the other day at a craft show and he was a beekeeper. I bet you he's not doing courses. I bet you he's not doing YouTube. But if he did, there's a whole community out there that wants to learn beekeeping because he told me he went to a class locally for beekeeping. And I know there's courses online. So just an example for you. So that was 17 years ago. Then fast forward, let's see, 10 years ago, had another round of courses and memberships. And that was in a brand called The Amazing Seller. It's where I focused on Amazon and really brand building. And that turned into courses. And I did my first actual $1 million through that brand, through courses and memberships. All right. Actually, I think my best year was 1.7 million on that, which was crazy. All right. Crazy. All from courses and memberships. Okay. Now the third way and the final way that I'm going to share with you here today, and there's other ways, right? We can do other things like even sponsorships once you build your audience, a lot of things we can do, but these are the things that I've done. The third one is coaching, and that's one-on-one coaching, consulting, however you want to phrase it, or it's group coaching. Okay. And we did a mastermind back in the day, 10 years ago, and it was in the Amazon world of like helping e-commerce companies build these bigger businesses, right? And that was a $25,000 per year group coaching thing. It was like a mastermind. Okay. But then there were smaller ones that we would do like a lake house master class, where what we would do is we would take 2 days. I invited him to my lake house. At the time, I sold it recently. And we would have a 2-day event there, $5,000. People would attend it. Now, these are more high touch, but it's again, something that anyone can do that has any level of expertise. You might not be there yet, but you can get there. And there's other ones too. We've done, I think my first one I did was in Denver, Colorado. And I think we charged $1,000 for the weekend. And I think we had 20 people. So it's $20,000 for the weekend. We had to rent the place and all that stuff. So it wasn't all profit, but I'm just sharing this. Like those are the ways that I've been able to generate $100,000 plus through my YouTube channels. All right. My first YouTube channel was about photography. Second one was more e-commerce. That evolved into a little bit of e-commerce. Then it went into brand building. Then we went into some Etsy stuff, which was still e-commerce. And now here we are with Live Video School, which, by the way, has made $100,000 through some of these things that we've been talking about. All right. So that's what it looks like as far as making money out. You didn't hear me talk about AdSense once. Yeah, I've made money on AdSense, but I didn't even monetize my channel up until like 4 or 5 years ago on my other channel. This channel we did from our 89 days, I think is how long it took us to get monetized. But even at that, it's made like 10 grand, 11 grand, right? Which is great, but it's not 100 grand. Okay. So the way to get to 6 figures, the way to get to 100K is going to be in some of these. You can mix and match them. We do a little bit of everything because, you want diversification. But if you would like to get the roadmap that actually outlines how to get there, right? How to kind of go through and build your audience. And then from there, build it a little bit deeper through email. And then where do how do you monetize, like all of those things? Just comment 100K down below and we'll send you the roadmap. It's about 18 pages long. I go through everything that I've learned over the last 17 years, and we packed it right into an 18-page guide. So if you'd like that, just go ahead and put 100K in the comments and we'll send it to you. Scotty, do we have any questions on that before we wrap up on to the next section? You're muted.
I unmuted again. I don't know why I did that. No questions as of right now. I did want to say real quick, just to praise a little bit of that 100K roadmap, guys, that if you don't have, you need to get. We have someone that was a student of ours and went through our 1K collective and stuff, also has the roadmap and all of that, and is currently following that right now. I'm talking about Matt. So if Matt's on, hello, Matt, what's up? He is a piano teacher, and he just gave us some great news the other day. He just started kind of implementing some of these things we're talking about. Maybe a little bit of affiliate. It's more of his courses now and one-on-ones he's doing. And I think out of 2 or 3 months he's been doing this now and just started like actually selling stuff and creating the email list and all of that, generated over 15 grand.
Yeah, it's actually closer to 16, I think.
Yeah, 16 now. He's killing it, and he's getting, man, maybe even days of 30 to 50 leads a day. And he's just killing it. And no viral videos, guys. Like he's averaging like a few thousand views. Oh, there he is. Look, it's like perfect timing. Wait, he says just now I had to hop on and join. Matt, I was just highlighting you, dude. We're talking about the 100K roadmap, and you're kind of following that right now. And man, you've had so much success. If you guys have questions for him, you can ask him that in the chat. I'm sure he'll be willing to share with you. But he's killing it. Super happy for him and everyone else too, and that we've been working with. But we do have to get to the next section. I know you're ready to dive into this. You're ready to go back in time a little bit because this one goes back 17 years. Yeah.
This is a good one. I'm ready to dig in if you are, Scott.
Oh, look, see, he just clarified. He said, yes, nearly 17,000 in 2 months. Insane. And we're just getting started, Matt. We're just getting started. Right. Super happy for you, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to, let me just say this real quick. If you're new, if you have not been here and you're like, okay, well, what are you talking about the next topic? What are we doing here? This is our recording day. So Mondays are our recording day. We do our little live stream hack, which is we do a live stream having the main topic as what you clicked on. And then we have 2 to 3 different subtopics that we end up creating as separate videos. We'll clip it and we'll use this for our Wednesday or Friday videos, whatever day we post. And our recording is done for the week. So we get it done in one day and then we clip it and trim it up later. And the edits, guys, just to be transparent, we're using Descript now. I'm doing all the editing. Takes me about 12 to 15 minutes on average to do a video now to edit, where before I was taking 4 hours. So all that is kind of what we're doing right here. But this is a recording. So there's no other recordings going on during the week. This is it. Once Monday's done, we're done. And we like to get about 60 minutes in and then go from there. So
and technically you said this is recording. This is actually, we're live, but we are recording on the fly.
Yes. It's our recording day is what I'm saying. It's a recording day. Yes, this is live, but this is also going to be downloaded as a recording for us. So that way we have clips of it.
And if you guys are interested in that, we call it our 1 hour content magic system. It's our 1 hour take. And if you would like to go through that training, we actually taught it live and now it's on demand. It's very inexpensive. You can, in the description, there's going to be a link there and it'll say the 1 hour content magic workshop. If you'd like that, just go in the description, click on that. You can read all about it. You'll see a little video. I talk about it. You'll even hear some comments from people that attended it. And yeah, it's everything detailed out as far as like how we do it, how we outline it, how we structure it, how we can actually, I can look down, but actually it looks like I'm looking up, a little trick there that we share in there. So there's a lot of cool things that we're sharing in that. So a little shameless plug.
Yeah. And to piggyback off what you said too, and don't get turned off by the live stream, because we also share with you, you don't have to just live stream. You could just record. You don't have to do a live stream. So check that out. A little shameless plug there. It's in the description, guys. I think it's the second link you can see there. And now this is how it works. We just talked through our first topic. We're going to go to our second topic that he already just said the title for. I'm going to go off camera. I'll be in the comments if you have any questions there. And then he's going to get this done. And then later I'm going to take it down and I'll edit it for this. Will probably be posted on Wednesday or Wednesday or Friday of next week.
Yep. Yeah, we're a little bit ahead.
Yeah, we're a little bit ahead.
I also got to fix this real quick, Scotty. My camera's a little out of kilter here today. Must have got bumped. It must have got bumped by Maisie, my dog. All right. Let me push that. There. Let me push her back just a touch. Hold on, guys. See, this is how professional this is.
Hey, while you're doing this,
I can't see it now. Now that you just went back, I need full screen. There. See, I couldn't see the light before. See the light over there?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
You know why? It's probably because you're wearing my glasses, not your.
Oh, I'm not wearing yours today, but yours are over there. But they look just like these.
Hey, so guys, real quick, very short story. But I lost my glasses the other day. Literally, it's been like 2 days because I was over his house not too long ago, and I just didn't care for looking for them. I'm like, yeah, they'll turn up, whatever, right? Literally, we get on today, and he's like, "Oh, I got your glasses here," and he bought the same one, like same frames that I have. And so he's like, "Oh, your glasses are here." I was like, "I knew I lost them, right?" And then he's like, "Yeah, I go to put them on." And I was like, "Dang, I'm really blind."
I thought my vision got worse.
I can't even see out of this. And yes, we have the same one. That's a little joke.
All right, here we go. All right, cool. So let's do it. Okay, and this is how it's going to roll today. Here we go. All right, in this video, I want to share with you the 100K YouTube lesson that I learned 17 years ago, and it's still true today. Yes, I have been on YouTube for over 17 years, and I built multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses on the back of the YouTube traffic. Heck, I was around before YouTube was cool. I was actually around before AdSense was even here. So yeah, I'm kind of like the OG. I'm just not a Mr. Beast. I was kind of like flying under the radar, just getting enough traffic to make, well, 100,000 plus, throughout the year. So let's get into it. I want to go back in time and I want to share with you what I have realized, and there's 3 areas that I'm going to be talking about. And if you are starting today, it is a completely different landscape, but it's actually easier than it was back in the day. And so let me just kind of go through like, what is the big lesson that I learned that I still live by today? And I've actually applied it to this channel, which is just over 12 months old. We've already generated over $125,000 from this channel from basically the same principles. So let me take you back in time. The very first thing that I have realized, and back then I didn't know that that's what I was doing. It's just kind of like what I felt I should be doing. And now I've realized it was really smart that I did that, even though I wasn't thinking I was that smart. And that is, I was focusing on one niche or niche or nicho. I get a lot of kickback on the way I pronounce that. Some say niche, some say niche, some say nicho. It doesn't matter. It's basically the market that we are serving, period. All right. So we were in the very beginning, we were focusing on photographers because my wife and I were a photography studio and that's what we were doing. Another example, after I had built that to over 6 figures, multiple years in a row, Then it was Amazon, because Amazon, I was selling on Amazon. I was doing e-commerce. Then I went into blogging. I started teaching people about blogging because that's what I was doing. And I was building sites that were making money. Then went to Etsy because Etsy was something that my wife was doing. So I'm like, okay, well, let's teach this. So everything that I've ever done, that I've ever started on YouTube, has always focused on one niche and serving that audience with problems that they are facing. How I basically just reverse engineered what we were struggling with. Always kind of like the earlier version of yourself. So if you're struggling and you're thinking to yourself, man, I just don't know, how am I going to make any money here? Or how am I going to take my YouTube channel and help my business? You need to focus on helping people with problems in that niche. Very, very important. So like I said, we were in photography. I didn't go out there and say, I'm just going to put out a whole bunch of videos on just all kinds of photography. I'm going to put it out there specifically to what we had experience in. And that was children's photography, because that's what our studio was based off of. All right. So it's really important that you do that. That's what we're doing. And we're still doing it to this day. Right now, this channel, Live Video School, is primarily focusing on YouTube growth, but more importantly, for businesses that want to build audiences. And more importantly than that is building an email list, so they have leads that are coming in that are quality and qualified. So this way here, they can help to run their business or grow their business. All right. So that's the first thing, is focusing very, very specifically on the niche and the problem that you are helping them with. Number two is building the audience first. I can't tell you how many times I see people going on YouTube just to make money. That is not what we are doing when we're first starting on YouTube or in anything. We're figuring out, okay, we're going to go out there, we're going to use this platform, but we're going to use this platform to build an audience. And how are we going to then turn that into money? That will be figured out later. If you already are in business, you already know how you're going to be able to monetize because you already have products. But a lot of the brands that I started didn't have products yet. I just built the audience, and I spent as much time as I could in the beginning, like 3 to 5 months, sometimes 6 months, building the audience, getting people to get a result. So this way here, we can build the know, like, and trust, the KLT as we call it. All right. So audience first is super, super important. And we always want to give people value. Always give them value. These are principles, like I said, that I've been using now for over 17 years. And actually, I put it into a free guide that I'm giving away. It's our 100K creators roadmap. So this way here, if you want to go through it, you can see all the steps. I've distilled it all down. It's about 18 pages long. It goes through your audience build. It goes through how to monetize, how to build your audience. So this way here, you can reach them outside of YouTube, all of that. If you'd like a copy of that, just comment 100K down below and we'll send you a copy. Once again, 100K down below, and I'll send you a free copy of that, 18 pages, and you can go through that and start applying that. All right. So that's the second thing. Build that audience. That's what you're going to hear us on this channel talk a lot about, is building that audience. All right. And the third, and the one that everyone usually wants to focus on first, is making that money. Well, you need to create products. And what we have done in the last 17 years is we create digital products, because this way here, we can test things really quick and we can validate that offer. And it doesn't cost us anything to test that offer. Now, I have made the mistake of building something ahead of time, and this is a mistake. Please, if you're watching this, if this helps you not build a product and then wait to sell it later and then find out people don't actually want that, it's going to save you so much time and aggravation. Ask me how I know. I've done it and it hurts. So what you always want to do is learn your audience by putting out content, seeing what they need help with, getting comments, reaching people through email. We're big on email list building and building that rapport with them, but you're also getting a lot of feedback. So you have this constant feedback loop, but you want to create digital products, but you always want to validate them first. Always want to validate them first. Now, here's the thing, all right, is we want the content to attract the right audience. Okay. We want the content to attract the right audience. That's the most important part. Once we figured out who the niche is that we're serving. So for us, it was photographers, but now what are we going to help them with? For us, we were helping them with two things. One, photography, Photoshop, editing, things like that, and business. So all of our content was going to go out there and it was going to help them in these different areas. Now, over the years, we found that there's 4 types of content that works the best. And I actually shot a video right here that breaks those down, and you can actually use these and apply these to your own channel. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there. Cut. All right, there you go.
All right, and that's going to be video 1. We still have another video to do. You have one more, right? Are you doing
one more? Just one
more.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so, guys, here's the other cool thing, real quick, about this little hack we're doing. So eventually, you're going to get ahead. So, like for us right now, we're actually about a week and a half ahead of schedule, which is good. So, if you're going to go on vacation, or if you're, maybe you got something that pops up out of the blue, and you can't.
Maybe you're moving.
Maybe you're moving like me, right? It's already all done, and we have that ahead of time. So we don't have to worry about, we got to go shoot a video, or maybe something pops up on that Monday that we're supposed to record, right? So it's like now we have things that we can play with, and eventually, especially when you have multiple ones that you do topics, then it makes it easier for your future content because you already have the titles, you already have that all planned out. And real quick, just quick, nice motivational minister. I'm on vacation now. Awesome. Enjoy. David asked earlier, what is the script? It's just the editing software that we recently found that we've been using. I'm not going to say like you have to go use a script or whatever. I've just found after using every editing software pretty much that it's been the easiest for me for what we need to do for videos. Now, can you get ones that are more advanced? Absolutely. But I think it takes more time to do those. Can you do ones that are even easier than that as far as like, I guess, simpler? Sure. You can find those too. You can use the free version of CapCut. We still use that from time to time. I would say whatever's easiest to you. I just find that it is, out of everything, universally easy to learn and easy to use. And especially once you get to like what we're doing, where we're kind of batch recording all this, makes it super easy to go through your videos. And I just like the transcript part of it because it takes your whole transcript. So I can just edit it through the words, not necessarily watching the video. And I think that's a game changer. I think eventually every software is going to do that. Some already started doing that, but this one, it's a little bit ahead of that. And also has the AI bot now too, the Underlord, which is pretty cool. You can put prompts in and it'll edit it however you want. I use it for jump cuts. So I'll put jump cuts in for the first 2 minutes to boost engagement, and it'll put it right in for me. So a lot of cool things with that. It's an editing software. And again, just clarifying that for you. So now we go into the final topic. So we remember we shot the original video. Okay. So, the original topic we discussed, okay, which is the one you clicked on for this video, right? The 3 ways that I made 100,000 from YouTube without going viral. Second one just did the one from, talking about your story from 17 years ago. And then now we're going into third one. What is the third topic, by the way?
How I turned my wife's passion into 100K from YouTube.
That's right. This is a good story. I kind of know it already.
Yeah, you ought to know it.
But anyway, so I'm going to tee it back up to him again, guys. I'll be in the comments if you have any questions, and go kill it.
Okay. All right. Now this might be a little bit redundant, but there are going to be some things that I'm going to share in here that is going to be more story based. So also, a lot of times we talk about like what type of content, like I'm following a formula that we have, like, so we have an intro hook, then we have 3 to 5 bullet points in that video. We call this our content sandwich. I'll have a call to action in here to grab our 100K roadmap. Once again, comment 100K, we'll send it to you. And I'll mention that in here. And then I'll have another segment at the end, or a section at the end, where I'll direct to another video. So if you guys are interested though in learning this system, you can, in the description, you'll see it's called our 1-hour content magic workshop. Check it out. It does cost something. It's not expensive. I believe right now it's under $50. And we spent 2 hours teaching this to a live class. It's now on demand. You get all the resources. Yeah, all of that stuff is included there. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and get rocking and rolling here. All right, here we go. All right, so I've been asked in the past, can you turn a passion into a legitimate business or $100,000 business through YouTube? And I always like to share the story that, back about 17 years ago, I did turn a passion, and it was partially mine, but more my wife. It was her passion, and that was photography. And we had a brick and mortar business. And at the time, it was doing pretty well. I mean, we were probably doing $75,000 to $100,000 in our brick and mortar. That was, again, almost 20 years ago. So in today's landscape, it's pretty good. You know, it was doing pretty well. But the thing is we realized that we were having to carve out times in the evening for our photo shoots, or, you know, we had a new baby coming. It was Kayla, who is now 17 years old. It's crazy. And my wife and I said, we need to do something to supplement so we don't have to work as much with clients. And that's where I started to explore online business. And I stumbled across this platform called YouTube. And what I ended up doing was just not even knowing what I was doing, is I started to share our story of how my wife and I started a photography business. At the time, we were part-time. I was working a construction job. And so basically we were doing this just to supplement my income. And that turned into a full-time business. Then we said, okay, now what are we going to do? We got a new baby coming. We got 2 other kids. We want to spend time with them. We have appointments. They're in the evenings. Can we do something part-time again? And that's where we started to share that. And from that, we built a business. And I want to take you through what that looked like. And the crazy thing is that same model I applied to another niche about 6 years after that, I believe it was. And that turned into $1 million business. And then recently did a little pivot. My son and I, Scotty, started this live video school. And in our first 12 months have already generated over $125,000 following this same model, which, by the way, we created a guide. It's our 18-page roadmap that takes you through exactly what we've been able to do over the last, well, for me personally, 17 years. And we packed it into, it's kind of like a playbook. If you'd like that, just put 100K in the comments down below and I'll send you a copy. Again, 100K in the comments and we'll send it to you. So we started this whole thing in the beginning with my wife's passion of photography. We turned that into a brick and mortar business. Then from there, we started to teach it online. So if you have a passion right now, and there's people out there that are paying money either for the service, so there was people paying us for photography, or there's people that you can teach how to do the thing that you have done in that passion. So there's 2 sides of it. Right? I was just talking to someone the other day who says, I've been running a cleaning business for 16 years and I want to basically make some YouTube content and maybe I'll get some more business, or, maybe I could, share that and get some views. And I'm like, okay, let's back up for a minute. Do you think there's anyone out there right now that just would like to be self-employed and own their own cleaning business? Yeah. And I'm like, maybe you ought to teach how you've been able to do it for 16 plus years. Now, that's not a hobby, but it's still the same idea. All right. And so that's an opportunity. But back to the story of my wife and myself, she still loves photography to this day. But when we were doing it, it turned into a job. So then after that, she's like, well, can we do something online? And that's where I started to dabble. And we did turn that into a 6-figure business. And we did it by posting YouTube videos consistently. And all I was doing was telling people and sharing with people what we have done. I was also helping new photographers get set up, get their studio set up, use Photoshop, how to do some edits, all of those different things that I was doing. But then I started to go, you know what? They're going to need to know how to get more clients, how to get people in the door. And that's where I came into my passion, which was marketing and business. And 17 years later, I'm still doing it. Here I am doing a video for you, sharing hopefully something that's going to help you grow your business. All right. Or take your passion and turn that into a business. All right. So that's the very first thing that I wanted to share with you is you just need to understand the passion, but then you also need to know, is there anyone out there that's interested in this passion? So you do have to do some validation there. All right. But the second piece is the audience building. And that's something I was doing organically and naturally. And honestly, I didn't even know I was doing it. I just was like, oh, I'm just going to publish some videos and people are going to watch it. And then I started to see people were starting to subscribe to the channel. And the crazy thing is, how many subscribers do you think I had before I made my first $100,000? Let me know that in the comments. I'm just curious. I want you to throw out a number. I'm going to let you know here. So, if you're putting that in the comments, you're going to know it real soon here. It was only 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers. But what I also did for that audience building was I started to build my email list. All right. And that's something I still do to this day. But we're building the email list. We're building our audience on YouTube, and we're just focusing on some areas that's going to help people within that passion. And that is photography, right? How to become a better photographer, how to have better poses, how to have better lighting, different settings on your camera for the Nikon. Okay, all those things. Then Photoshop came in. Then we got a whole nother bucket on Photoshop. And I was going after, like how to lighten a picture that is heavy shadows, how to soften highlights. When digital first came out, the highlights were really bad. So you had to underexpose and then overexpose in Photoshop, teaching all of those different things. Then the business side of things. So there's these different buckets that we started to focus on. That's all the content was doing. And then people were, hey, I want to come back here. These guys are really helpful. They're helping me with my passion. They're helping me take my passion and turn it into a business. So there was all of that. Then from there, I started to teach people and started charging for it. That's where our courses came in. That's where our membership came in. All right. That's where affiliate sales came in. So all of that came from, we had a niche in our passion that we knew people were also passionate about. Second thing is we started to just deliver value and build that audience and didn't even know really what I was doing. And then offered a product. And guess how much that first product that I launched did? Well, I'll tell you, it did $12,500, all right, in 3 days. And it wasn't that hard, but now looking back at it, there's a lot of things I probably could have did better. But the one thing that I do know is that doing some action is better than no action, and then just learning from that experience. But the one thing that I did learn is you do not need a big, massive audience. You do not need to go viral. And if you don't believe me, watch this video, because I'm going to share with you that entire $12,500 first product launch. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there. Cut. All right.
Hand cut. Recording session complete.
That's it.
Yeah. So great story. Obviously, I mean, I know I've heard it before, but that is incredible. I mean, hopefully too, it gives you guys some insight too. And I think one thing to point out was even what you said in the beginning of where, you originally, just going back to kind of a little bit of your past and where you kind of, your main values was family and stuff. And that's kind of what motivated you to get you through to try these new ventures. And then the whole with photography and stuff. And even though it wasn't really technically your main passion yet, it was something that you just got into, you started learning about, then you started learning all these other things. And now it's like you have all these skill sets you built up. And that's one thing I think you told me at a young age was like, just develop skill sets, because that's something that people can't take from you, and that you can always offer something. You can always coach someone, teach someone, whatever, if you have a little bit up on them, because that particular skill, it's something that can be very valuable. So like for me, perfect example is I started with you probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Mhm.
Little thing, just little edits. At first, it was like when you're doing the blogging stuff, it was the Pinterest stuff. Then it was kind of learning a little bit about blogging.
Yeah.
And it was learning about how to do stuff in Canva. Then it was learning about how to edit videos. Then it was
Mhm.
like, and now it's like I've built all these different skill sets up. Now it's like in the past probably 2 years, it was YouTube analytics, and then like
Mhm.
how the titles work, how the thumbnails work, like all of that stuff. And now it's like I feel like I have a good skill set on that. And I think whatever area you're in, whatever niche you're in your content you're producing, like what is the skill you're getting from it, right? So
Yeah,
like
what are you learning?
what are you learning, and then just sharing that. And one thing, I don't know if, I mean, you probably told me this, but I know I've heard it from other people too, is there's always people that even just want to get to where you're at as far as knowledge on stuff,
Mhm.
right? Now that doesn't mean you're the perfect whatever, because you're still
No.
trying to learn yourself.
Yep.
But being able to say that means there's always down the road, there's always things that you can offer as far as teaching, coaching,
Mhm.
trainings, any of that, because someone's always trying to get to the next level. And for them, it might be you just might be a step ahead of them and they want to get to
Mhm.
your step and you're still trying to go to the next, you know what I mean? So it's like, it kind of keeps working its way up. But I say that because a lot of people, especially starting out, like, oh, I don't have any expertise, this and that. Build your expertise up. Build it by just documenting your journey. Document, like
Yeah.
figure out what's working, and then go from there.
I mean, I do see that a lot of people, they want to start, like we've seen that too, right? Where people will want to teach YouTube before they've ever even done
Yes.
anything on YouTube.
I had a comment back to someone the other day that was asking about that. They
Yeah.
they they were asking all about, oh, what if I don't have the credibility, this and that? Well, you got to build it up somehow,
Yeah.
right? You can't just say it.
You
So,
got to go get the result.
and here's the thing, okay? And I do know some people that they are starting to teach a little bit of YouTube. Now, this is not no one close knit with us, but I've seen them before that they actually run some very big accounts. Like they have clients that are big accounts. So when they post content now, they promote those people. So they're just sharing what they've helped other people accomplish. That's still
Yeah.
showing your credibility. So it's
Yeah.
like for us, right? Again, total transparent. When we started this channel, we didn't just go on there and say, hey guys, start doing this, blah, blah, blah,
No.
and then you're going to blow up.
Mhm.
It ain't work like that. Like no one would listen to us. We had 0 subscribers. So what we had to do was we had to leverage stuff that we've already done. We built one channel to over 100,000 subscribers, and 75,000 of them was in 18 months.
Right.
And we literally just shared everything. And when I say shared it, we literally said, hey, on the Brand Creators channel, we did this. And then boom, we were able to get a video to go micro viral because we focus on this. Boom, boom. We use that. Then we started adding in, we started doing a little bit of training, or just even having people from using any of our guides. We've
Mhm.
had people saying, oh, this worked. I had a video just get, 2,000 views or whatever because I used one of your titles, whatever, right? Boom, screenshot. Now we share that, right?
Mhm.
That's how you build credibility up. It's you're
Yep.
doing your own actions. Once you get that, now you're sharing what other people are doing that you're teaching. And then it just, from that point on, now it sells for you,
Yeah.
like your own services sell for you because other people are raving about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the big thing. Like, even for me personally, and you and I have talked about it, and
Yeah.
I've talked about this with some of my other, colleagues. It's like, I didn't want to teach YouTube stuff because I felt like I didn't have enough credibility. When in reality, I had way more credibility than I was giving myself credit for, because look what I have done for 17 years. And if you trace it back, YouTube was the backbone of a lot of the traffic, right? Have I paid for Facebook ads? Yeah. And I know what it takes to run $20,000 a month in ads. I know what it's like. But I also know that the organic side of things has always been a way better way to build the audience. And you also have trust almost instantly built. So like right now, let us know right now in the comments, how many of you have been here since the minute we started this live stream today? I'm just curious if there's anybody. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the more that people are coming to a video, even if it's one person, and they watch 3 minutes of your video, and then tomorrow they come back and they watch another 3 because they see something come up in their feed, and they watch another 3 minutes, and then they come back the next day and they watch another 3 minutes. Pretty soon, this person starts to know you a little bit. They get to know your mannerisms. They get to know how you talk, your personality, your humor, like all of those things. They hear little subtle things like, oh, Scott's dog just had surgery. I heard that through an email that he wrote. It's like you start to build this relationship, and you can't do that through paid ads. Paid ads is like cold audience. You're showing up in their feed. You're interrupting their day. Yes, you might have something, you dangle the carrot out in front of them. You go, hey, I got this thing. Why don't you put your name and email address in and I'll give it to you. And then they're all like skeptical because they've been burned before with upsells and cross sells. I just don't like that game. Like, I've done it, but I don't like the game. I like the game to where you put the content out there. The people that are going to, see it are going to, use it, are going to enjoy it. Those are going to be the ones that you're going to be able to then bring into your world. And then it's just so much easier to sell someone, like whether you buy or not. It doesn't matter. Scotty, I was going to share this with you the other day. I should have shared it when we were watching football the other day. I literally have a message on my phone. And just the other day, I mentioned, do you remember the story of where I said a guy reached out to me? He had been watching or listening to my podcast for years.
Yeah.
He built his brand, and then he sold it for multiple millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. And then he wanted to send me money. Did you remember that story?
Yeah. Yep.
And then I ended up going back and forth with him. And I kind of, at first I was like, is this kind of like a scam? I don't know. This guy's, he wants my banking information. And I'm like, I'm not giving any banking information. And I didn't want to take any money. It was kind of weird because it was just like out of the blue. And I'm like, if you want to send some money, send it and I'll donate it. I'll donate it to a charity. And so he heard me recently, Scotty. Mm-hmm. He messaged me again. And he goes, hey, I just heard, I think that you mentioned me. And I was like, and I messaged him back and he was like, I just want to follow up on what I said. Since that, it goes a little bit further. I helped 2 of my friends launch big e-commerce brands because of your content. And each of them are going to exit for, one's like 500,000 and the other one's going to be like a couple of $1 million. And I'm like, that's the ripple effect.
That's the ripple effect.
Right. Yep. And so my thing is that he never purchased anything from me, but he built $1 million business, but he felt like indebted in a sense that he's like, let me send you 10 grand.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like
crazy,
right? Crazy. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. Been here since 1 p.m. today. Awesome. Look at that. There we go. See, we got someone that's been here the entire time. All right, cool. So Scotty, I know we got to roll here because you got to do some packing and you got to bring some stuff over to the house.
Yeah. You're going to come over and check it out.
Yeah. You got anything else we want to leave people with? Oh, I will say this though. We are going to be doing, if you're on our email list and you're here this long in, I'll let you guys in on it. We're probably going to be doing a workshop coming up. And it's going to be how to create your own 100K roadmap. And we've got some pretty cool things that I've been able to now, Scotty and I together have been able to put together that we can literally, we've done this with our clients. We can literally walk you through it. And within like a half hour, probably have a detailed plan for you to execute. I'm not saying it's going to turn into 100K, but we're going to build out a plan because that's what we're doing. Like we've built out our own plan and every year we kind of revise it, but we start with the base plan, we build it out. And there's some elements there that we do, and we're going to share that in a workshop. So yeah. All right. So Scotty, anything else? You good?
He's at LVS. Is that an Apple product?
Live video school, baby.
If you guys have, or if you've commented at all for the lead magnets and you're on the live right now, if you go to the description, we have all of them there along with that workshop we were talking about earlier that goes over our content magic hack that we use that we just did today on the live. So you can kind of see all in depth about that, what that all entails. And yeah, all that is in the description. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. I think I want to end this one because I'm ready. I'm ready to go for it.
Do it.
And you know what? I wonder if anyone else like knows our thing now, because you were doing this for years and then you brought it over to live video school.
Yeah,
But when we end it, guys, okay.
It doesn't work unless we're in the same room. So you got to do it on your own today.
Okay.
Because there's a delay. There's a delay.
But listen, guys, I just want you to know that we're here for you. We believe in you and we're rooting for you. But you must, come on, say it with me, say it loud, say it proud, take action. That's my air high five to you because you're not there.
Great job, son. Great job, son. You've been paying attention.
Now the coolest thing, and maybe we'll have to pull up some video. The coolest thing is when I got to, for the first time, stand on stage with you at your live event.
We should pull that clip out.
We got to find that. And we did it live. Poppy was there. You know, we had the whole fam there. That was a good time.
We had everybody but Alexis and Kayla. They were home because Alexis was watching Kayla.
Kayla was there.
No, they FaceTimed.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, they FaceTimed.
No, I was the crew. I was staff.
Yeah, you were too. One of these days we'll do another, not a big event like that, but we're definitely going to do probably a small event where we get together in the same room with some creators, with some businesses, and
yeah, that'd be fun.
And yeah. Oh, and Motivational Minister. Yes, my lake house. I sold that this last year. So no more lake house, but I am very happy with that because I don't have any more responsibilities around the lake house. And to be honest with you, I only went there once or twice a year because it was booked. So now if I want to go there, I'm just going to pay the money and I don't have to deal with it. So anyway. All right, Scotty, I'll see you in a bit.
We had some good memories there though.
We had a we had a 24-hour live stream, guys. Did you know that? Does anybody here that's still on, did you guys know that we did a 24-hour live stream on this channel? Anybody?
Oh, and we recorded 52 videos during that live
52 videos. And actually just last week, one aired on a Sunday. 2 weekends in a row that was.
I was going to say though, there was another good memory too. That's where I got married as well.
That's true.
Little insider.
That's true. That is
Lila's still a little disappointed. She's like, "Oh, I can't go back." And I said, "Well, we'll have to run it out for a weekend."
You're gonna pay for that. You might just want to go back to Hilton Head.
These my points.
All right. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. We'll see you guys around. And I'm done for the week. So content creation done. So yeah, amazing. All right, guys. Have an awesome day. Take care. Take action. We'll talk to you soon.